Which is better, the brand new Porsche Cayenne Electric or the Tesla Model X? Well, in this episode, we are going to find out. On the front, the Model X gets a very clean, simple design. The body panels are smooth, it has these sharp-looking headlights, a cutout here on the bumper for the logo, these side vents here which help to smooth airflow reducing drag, and the lower grille to help with battery cooling. The clean and simple design theme continues down the side. The body panels for the most part are very smooth. It gets these flush door handles which are actually buttons to open the doors, as the doors are electrically operated, and you can never forget those falcon wing doors, an iconic part of the Model X. It also gets that curved sloping roofline to increase the aerodynamics. On the back, it has a fixed rear spoiler, these sharp-looking taillights, with the charge port beautifully integrated into the left one, and a rear diffuser, which also helps to lower the drag. Speaking of which, the Model X has an impressive drag coefficient of 0.24 CD. That will help to maximize range as much as possible, and for its size it's decently light. The lightest version of the Model X weighs at around 5,100 pounds. Overall, I like how the Model X looks. It's a clean, sleek looking vehicle. The Cayenne Electric gets a completely redesigned exterior over the ICE version. On the front, it gets a clean design with these slim headlights, smooth body panels with a few creases on the bumper, and the air vents at the bottom, which automatically open when the vehicle needs cooling. When it doesn't, they'll then close to reduce drag. The higher end version of this vehicle gets more aggressive exterior styling. I should mention that with the Cayenne, you can also get an off-road design package. On the side, it has a muscular design. The body panels are very smooth. It also has wide wheel arches and optional roof rails. Furthermore, you can get power-operated doors with this vehicle. On the back, it has slim taillights and an illuminated Porsche logo. It also features an active rear spoiler, which can deploy at a 90-degree angle to help with braking, and the turbo model gets active rear aero blades, which close at low speeds and open at higher speeds for better aerodynamics. Speaking of which, the Cayenne has a drag coefficient of 0.25 CD. That's impressive. The lightest version of the Cayenne weighs at about 5,600 pounds. A little heavy, but not overly so. And I can forgive that because of the way it looks. This is a gorgeous looking car. I absolutely love the exterior design. The Model X looks great, but in my opinion the Cayenne looks a lot better. Like the exterior, the Cayenne gets a gorgeous interior. The design is modern, elegant, and futuristic with these huge displays, and the ambient lighting which looks fantastic at night. Now, unlike some other cars which have a curved display, this vehicle's center display has a very sharp bend. The first time I've seen this in a car. I like it. I think it looks unique. The interior quality of Porsche's vehicles is excellent, and it's no different with this vehicle. The materials are high quality, and they are tightly screwed together. And there are a ton of options with this car. You can get an optional sunroof. You can even pay extra for the sunroof to have light control, which basically allows you to blur out the glass, reducing the amount of light entering the cabin. It's an awesome feature. You can also pay extra for sports seats. For the comfort features, it has heated seats, the heated steering wheel, front ventilated seats, and wireless phone charging. You can pay extra for front massaging seats, rear ventilated seats, heated armrests, and power rear sunshades. It's a lovely experience. And to make the experience even more lovely, it has active noise cancellation to make it feel more serene inside. To make it feel even more serene inside, you can pay extra for laminated windows, which will make it even quieter inside. And it's a very high-tech vehicle. It comes included with two displays, one for the driver and the main central display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can pay extra for a passenger display, providing entertainment for the passenger. Throughout ownership, this car consistently gets better with over-the-air updates. And the Cayenne has a ton of features. You can pair your phone with it and use it as the key, instead of the key fob. It also has an AI voice assistant, so you can ask it a bunch of different questions, while also being able to control certain functions of the vehicle through your voice. The center display has a bunch of different games to play, and a bunch of different videos to watch. Of course, you can only access these features when the vehicle is in park. However, on the passenger display, if equipped, the passenger can utilize these features at any time. It also has an underbody camera view for off-roading. And then there are many optional features, such as mood modes. Choosing a specific mood mode will change the color of the ambient lighting, the climate, and some other functions to create that sense of mood. There's also the optional night vision feature, which will show a night vision view on the driver's display. And you can get an augmented reality heads-up display, which can show arrows for navigation guidance, and some other information to help make life easier for the driver. Overall, it's a fantastic interior. It's super luxurious, high quality, and this is a high-tech vehicle. The Model X also has a fantastic cabin. It has a very minimal design. It also looks futuristic with these big displays, and the ambient lighting which looks fantastic at night. The massive windshield also adds to the futuristic feel, and it is lovely, just like the rest of this interior. Now, unlike the Cayenne, you can get the Model X with third row seats. It's available as either a 5-seater, a 6-seater, or a 7-seater. The 6-seat configuration is the most expensive and the best one. It's really nice to have that open space between the middle two seats. Now, interior quality may not be as good as in the Porsche, but it has improved significantly over the years. For the comfort features, it has heated seats for all 3 rows, front ventilated seats, the heated steering wheel, and wireless charging. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the massaging seats or the heated armrests like in the Porsche. However, the Model X has a HEPA filter, which prevents almost 100% of harmful gases entering the cabin. The result from this setup is actually magical. Like the Porsche, it has active noise cancellation, but unlike the Porsche, it comes included with laminated windows. And the Model X is super high tech. It gets 2 displays as standard. There's the driver's display and the huge center display, which you can tilt towards the driver, the passenger, or you can keep it in the middle. Unfortunately, you cannot get a passenger display with the Model X. Unlike the Porsche, the Model X has a rear display, providing entertainment and controls for rear passengers. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto, but you don't need it in a Tesla because their infotainment system is best in class. It already has built-in Google Maps, and the UI is very well sorted. You can even pay extra for live traffic data and some other functions. This vehicle also gets over-the-air updates, which means it will get better over time throughout ownership. And this car has so many cool features. It also has an AI voice assistant, so you can ask it a ton of different questions. You can pair your phone with the Model X as well, and use it as the key. The center display has a ton of games to play, and a bunch of different videos to watch. And then there are some really cool features such as dog mode. So when you leave your pet inside, this mode will keep the climate on, and display a message letting people outside know the pet inside is safe. There's also Sentry Mode, which is a super advanced anti-theft system. Using the external cameras for the self-driving systems, it will continuously record for suspicious activity. If it captures something, it will save that into its built-in dash cam, which comes as standard. You can then view those clips on the main display or on your phone. And if you pay for a certain subscription, you can view those cameras live through the mobile app. When doing so, you can even speak, which will then be heard via a speaker underneath the front bumper. It's like a Ring doorbell. There are so many other features in this car. These are the top ones. It's a super high-tech car. And these are both lovely interiors. The Model X has up to 15 cubic feet of trunk space behind the third row. Behind the second row is 37 cubic feet of space. And behind the first row is 88 cubic feet of space. The Cayenne has 28 cubic feet of space behind the second row, and behind the first row is 56 cubic feet of space. It also has a front space of 3.2 cubic feet. The Model X has 6.5 cubic feet of space in the front. The Model X also has a towing capacity of 5,000 pounds. The Cayenne has a towing capacity of about 7,700 pounds. The Model X, in its highest suspension setting, has 8.3 inches of ground clearance. Meanwhile, the Cayenne, in its highest suspension setting, has 9.6 inches of ground clearance. And unlike the Model X, it has a dedicated off-road mode. When it comes to cargo capacity, the Model X is the better choice. The Cayenne's the stronger choice when it comes to towing capacity and off-road capabilities. The Model X has a traditional 400-volt architecture and a 100 kWh battery pack, which supports charging speeds of 250 kilowatts. On the other hand, the Cayenne has an 800-volt architecture, One benefit of this system is higher voltage allows for thinner wires, reducing the weight, although the Model X is still lighter. Another benefit of this architecture is it allows for higher charging speeds. So this vehicle has a 113 kilowatt-hour battery, supporting charging speeds of 400 kilowatts. The Porsche can also wirelessly charge. All you have to do is park over the charging pad between the front wheels. The car will then automatically align, lower its air suspension, and start charging at a rate of 11 kilowatts, either in your garage or on your driveway. Unbelievable technology. This feature is not yet available, but it will be in the near future. Now, the base Model X all-wheel drive has 2 electric motors, which make 670 horsepower and 780 pound-feet of torque. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds. It has an EPA range of 352 miles. The base model Cayenne also has 2 electric motors. They make 435 horsepower and 615 pound-feet of torque. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds. EPA range estimates are not yet available for the Cayenne, so it has a WLTP range of 400 miles. The tri-motor variant of the Model X, known as the Plaid, has 1,020 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Insane numbers here. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds. That's rapid. It has an EPA range of 335 miles. The turbo variant of the Cayenne has 2 electric motors. They make 1139 horsepower and 1106 pound-feet of torque. This is a super powerful car. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.4 seconds. That's brutally quick. And finally, it has a WLTP range of 387 miles. Both vehicles get adaptive air suspension as standard, which continuously adapts to the road conditions for a smoother ride and better handling. This happens by altering the stiffness and the ride height, which can be toggled manually. In addition, they get sway bars to reduce body roll when cornering, improving the stability. However, you can get the Porsche with a feature called Active Ride, which is designed to keep the car completely stable. How it works is each wheel has a motor pump unit, and they work like active anti-roll bars. In fact, it's so good that the car doesn't even need sway bars with this system. It's actually better than sway bars. Both vehicles get torque vectoring, which can send power to the outer wheel with the most grip, improving corner exiting traction. They also have variable ratio steering, which automatically alters the steering ratio based on the speed and other driving conditions. This makes the steering more controllable and at the same time have more feel. On the Porsche, this feature only comes with the optional rear wheel steering, which reduces its turning circle by turning the rear wheels at the opposite direction of the front wheels at low speeds. At high speeds, that gives the car more stability by turning the rear wheels at the same direction as the front wheels. Unfortunately, you cannot get the Model X with rear wheel steering. Now, since these cars are electric, there's the instant torque. Electric motors provide consistent power in a wider speed range. Just floor the accelerator pedal at any speed, and they will take off instantly. And then when you take your foot off the throttle, they will automatically stop thanks to regenerative braking, as the electric motors go in reverse motion. While they stop, a little bit of energy gets recovered to the battery, which is mounted at the bottom of both vehicles, providing a low center of gravity to keep these cars nice and planted. Now, these vehicles get a ton of self-driving features. They both have adaptive cruise control to maintain a safe distance from the vehicle in front, with steering assist to keep you inside of the lane. With these features, they can essentially drive by themselves on the highway. You can fit them with lane change assist and park assist, where they can change lanes by themselves and park by themselves. However, with the Tesla, those features come with the full self-driving package. This is a special one. It allows the vehicle to drive completely by itself, even on city streets. The self-driving tech in Teslas is way ahead. It keeps on getting better. And these vehicles get a lot of safety features as standard. They have forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking, lane departure avoidance, blind spot warning, cross traffic alert, and a lot more. Overall, these cars are super advanced. So which is better, the brand new Porsche Cayenne Electric or the Tesla Model X? It's a super close match. They are both truly incredible. The Model X is a bit old now, but it's still the winner. It has a better overall value, and charging a Tesla is always easier, thanks to the supercharging network. But do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments down below. Which vehicle do you guys prefer? Also, let me know any other car comparison you'd like to see. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on X, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on any new episode posted. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode.